See here. Next one is drill through. What is drill through will do? That means if you want to filter value from one page in another page itself, automatically based on the value, it is filtered in another page itself. So for that, you have to use an option called drill through. Okay, what is drill through? Drill through is nothing but if you want to filter from one page and it will be filtered that particular value in another page itself, then at that time you have to use this drill through option. Okay, so suppose for example, here I'm creating a table. Okay, suppose for example in this page itself, there is a financials is there. In this you will see the products. If I'm passing country, here. See, suppose for example, in this particular, that means in another page itself. So in this page itself, there are n number of visuals are there. In that, one of the visual it is table visual it is. So in that, I'm taking like country, product and profit. Okay. Now, what I need to do is, if I'm filtering any product value, understand, if I'm filtering any product value in this page itself, then automatically the same value will be filtered in the page 12. Understand what I'm saying? In this page 11, if I'm filtering any value, any product value, only product, right? So here I'm taking a product. I want to filter the product related values only. So I want to I am filtering in the page 11. I am filtering a product value. Okay, then automatically in the page 12, whatever the product you are filtering, that product value you can see it here. That product related values only you can see it here. Suppose for example. So in page 11, what value you are filtering? Product value, right? That product value. So where you want to filter it? In page 12. Okay, so that means in page 12. Okay, so that product related value in page 12 you have to put it, not in the page 11. Understand? Understand what I'm saying? Whatever the value you are filtered in the page 11, that value you have to put that particular value in the page 12 itself. Okay, that means what value you are filtering? Product value. That product value where you can put it? In the drill through, there is a down, you will see drill through option, right? Just that product related column you just need to drag and drop in this one. Understand? So see, don't confuse it. Most of the people are putting this product related value in the page 11 drill through. Don't put in page 11 drill through. You have to put in the page 12. See, this is the master page itself. In the master page, in the page 11 is a master page. In this master page itself, if you filter any product value, then automatically in the page 12 itself, okay, you have to see the values of that particular product. That means this page 12 we can call it as that means detailed values. Okay, so whatever value you are filtering, that related column you have to put it in this page 12. Okay, don't put that particular product related value in this page 11 drill through. Okay, you have to put whatever value you are filtering in the page 11. What value you are filtering, what column value you are filtering, product related column. That column, what you have to do is you have to drag and drop into this drill through like this. Understand? So whenever you drag and drop, see on the top, you will see the arrow button is enabled for the drill through. Now you can test it. See, go to the page 11. So after going to the page 11, okay, when you mouse over to that particular any bar itself, see here, there is an option called drill through. If you click on page 12, see, it will go to that particular page 12 and you will see in the page 12, you will see the that whatever value you are filtering, product value you are filtering, that value only here it will show it. Understand clearly? This is called as drill through. That means filter will happens from one page to another page is called as drill through. Understand? So that means not only this one, anything, any value, you need to mouse over to that particular bar itself, click on drill through and click on this page 12, then automatically that see here Montana related, because you are filtering Montana related product only you are filtering, right? That value only here it will shows it. Understand clearly? Is it clear? Okay. Anyone having any doubts in this one? So this is how we are filtering from one page to another page itself. Okay, if you want to filter from one page to another page means then you have to use an option called drill through. Okay, now you understand how the drill through option is enabled. So in the page 11, in all the visuals, for which visual you want to enable the drill through, you have to choose that one. And in the page 12, what details you want to see, that you have to put it in any visual you have to put it. So I'm taking a table visual here. In the table visual I'm putting country, product and sum of profit. So whenever I'm filtering any product value in this page itself, then automatically in another page itself that particular value only here you can see it. So whatever value you are filtering here in page 11, that means what column value you are filtering, that column you have to put that particular column in page 12. There is a drill through option is there, right? Here you need to just drag and drop the column here. See here, just you need to drag and drop. Okay, drill through here, just drag and drop. That's it. Then automatically whatever filter you will do it, then automatically those related values only you can see it in the page 12. See here, continue. Whatever value you are filtering, that related value only you can see it. Understand clearly? Okay, any doubts in this one? This is how drill through option will works. Okay, that means so when you select any particular visual, by default you already know, right? By default only few tabs are enabled. When you select any particular visual, at that time format tab and data drill tab, these tabs are also completed. Okay, now what we need to do is, suppose for example under the fields, okay, see these are the fields, right? These are the under the field span. Okay, this is the field span. Under the field span, if you select any particular data set, then data tools tab is enabled. What is that? Data tools tab is enabled. Okay, whatever the data set you are selected, that data set related that data set related tab will be enabled. That we can call it as table tools. Table tools means whichever data set you are selected, immediately table tools tab is enabled. Here you can change the name of the data set only. We can change the name of the data set, or else if you want to change the name of the data set means double click on this data set here itself. That means under the fields which data set you want to rename it, double click on that, then automatically it will convert it into editable mode and you can change the name of the data set. Understand? Not only that one, if you expand any particular data set, you will see the column names, right? You will see the column names. Okay, whichever columns you are selected, suppose I'm selecting that particular table related column, then automatically column tools tab is enabled. Understand? If I'm selecting data set, then table tools is enabled. If I'm selecting under the data set, if I'm selecting any column related, then column tools are enabled. Column tools tab is enabled. This is very important. Column tools tab is very important. That means if you want to change the data type of this column, you can change it here. That means if you want to change the data type of the column, what you need to do, select that particular column, then column tools tab is enabled. Here there is a data type option is there. To what data type you want to convert it, just you have to choose it. Then automatically that particular column will be converted into that particular data type. Understand? So whenever you select a column, at that time only the column tools tab is enabled. Otherwise it is not enabled. So if you want to change the data type of the column, or else if you want to change the format, suppose I want to change the format of the, so this is a decimal value. Okay, so whatever decimal value is there, I want to see the decimal places for only one decimal place only. I want to see it. Suppose, for example, sales column here. See here, there is a decimal places values are there. There are two decimal places values are there. I want to change this into single decimal place. Then here there is a decimal place option is there. Here how much you want to enter it, that particular decimal place only it will be displayed. Suppose if you give 1 in that particular text box itself, see here. See in the sales column itself, you will see first only one decimal related value only you can see it. That means in the column tools are very important for changing a data type of the column. If you want to change the format, there are different formats are there. Okay, currency related, decimal related, whole number, percentage related. There are different formats are there, and there are different symbols are also there. Okay, this is a currency related, this is a percentage related. If you want to put the comma values of the numeric value, if for example for your numeric value there is no commas is there, then you have to put this one. See here, sales related, is there any commas is there? No, right? Then you have to put this comma. Whenever you enable this one for this particular column values, it is enabled for the, see here what it is enabled. So commas is enabled. If you want to enable for this particular column any decimal values or up to which decimal place you want to see it, like that, if anything you can do it. That means in the column tools only you can do it. Understand? Understand clearly? This is how you can do it. If you want to sort a particular column, means there is an option called sort by column is there, you can do it. Most of the times this part is very important. Okay, that means data type, format, and this format and everything. Most of the times we need to use this one. Understand? So
Yes,
this option, this column tools is enabled for only for default, that means data set related columns only, or else calculated columns also. By using DAX functions you created a calculated column. See here, whenever if it is a table related columns, the symbols is comes here. before the column name there is symbols, it is there. If it is a symbols means the default columns. That means whenever you pull the table at that time, whatever columns it is getting, for those columns it is having, if it is a numeric or decimal related, there is a sigma symbol is there. If it is a suppose if it is a character related, see before the column name nothing will be there here itself. If it is a date related, then calendar icon will be there. Understand? If you create by using DAX functions, you are creating a measure and calculated column, right? For measure, you will see the calendar symbol before the name of the column. Okay, calendar symbol means it is a measure. Okay, for measure, if you select a measure related, measure tools are enabled here. That means if you want to change any name of this particular measure name, anything, if you want to change it, or else if you want to apply the format option for this particular measure, and you can do it, but you cannot change the data type of that measure value. Okay, you cannot, only for whatever the data set default columns are there, for those only you can change it. Okay, and one more thing is, if you select any measure, measure tools is enabled. If the measure tools are enabled, if you want to change the format of that measure means you can change it, or name of the measure, if you want to change it, you can change it. Okay, if it is, see here, this sigma is the sigma means decimal related or numeric related. Okay, if there is no before the column name, if nothing is there means that is a character related data type column. Okay, so for this also column tools are there, but it is a data type is character related. That's the reason for character related nothing images will be there here. Okay, if it is a date related, this is also default. For this also column tools is enabled. Okay, for this date related, the calendar icon will be there. And one more thing is, by using DAX functions you created a calculated columns, right? Those, for those also column tools are there. That is the advantage. For measures only column tools are not enabled. Okay, that means column tools tab is enabled for default columns. That means whenever we are pulling the data set into Power BI, whatever columns we are getting, those are default columns. Those columns we can call it as default columns. For all the default columns, the column tools tab is enabled. Understand? That means whenever you created a DAX functions, if you created a DAX function using measure, then the different tab is enabled, that is measure tools. Okay, if how you can mention whether it is a measure or whether it is a calculated column, it is measure. Before the measure you will see calculator symbol is there. If it is a calculator symbol, that is a measure. Okay, so if you select a measure, measure tools is enabled. In this measure tools, you can change the name of the measure, or you can change the format. Suppose the measure value, like I have a decimal value, something is there. If I want to enable the commas for the decimal value, if I want to increase the decimal value or decrease the decimal places, then you have to use those things. Okay, suppose for example, if you by using DAX functions, if you created a calculated column by using DAX functions, if you created a calculated column, understand, if you created a calculated column, then for those also column tools are enabled. Understand? That means with the default columns as well as by using DAX functions, you created calculated columns, right? Or new column. That's what I am. The new column, we can call it as calculated column. Okay, so by using DAX functions, whatever calculated columns here created, for those calculated columns also column tools tab is enabled. That means you can change the data type of the column, you can change the format of this one, name, everything you can do it. How the default, for the default option, whatever column tools options is there, for the calculated column also the column tools are enabled. In that all the options are enabled. Understand? But if you take it as a measure related, that means this one for this is for measure related, measure tools are in it. Measure tools tab is enabled. In this, you can change the name of the data set, or you can change the format of this one. If you want to change anything, means you can do it. Understand clearly? Any doubts in this one?
Yes, Vijay,
Yes,
clear.
Vijay, clear. Okay, this is how. So these are the complete tabs of this Power BI. Okay, so the if you are not selecting any value or anything, means the default tabs is home, insert, modeling, view, and helper. If you select any particular visual, then few tabs are enabled. Okay, when you select any particular visual, here format tab and data drill tab option is enabled. Okay, so not only that one, under the fields, whenever you select any particular data set or a column or a measure or a calculated column, for those that some more tabs are enabled. Okay, understand? So whichever tab you want, means at that time you have to choose that particular column or anything is there, then those tabs are enabled. Okay, understand? Next one is the final concept of this Power BI. It is like a visualization. Okay, next one is visualization. Let's see one by one. Okay, what is a visualization? Visualization is nothing but pictorial representation. Whatever the data we have, just if you put that particular column into the visual, then automatically it will show in the pictorial representation. It will show in the pictorial means in the image format. It will shows it in the image format, it will show it. Okay, so there are different types of visualization, there are different types of images or different types of pictorial representation. Those pictorial representation we can call it as visualization. Here there are different types of visualizations out there. Okay, so suppose for example the first option is stacked bar chart. Okay, so whenever, so all the visualizations you need to take it from here itself. Whenever you select any particular visual, then automatically that particular visual will comes in this particular center part itself. Okay, in the center part itself, that will become it, and wherever you want it, you can put that in that particular position itself. In this particular visualization, what columns you have to put it, just to drag and drop those. Here you cannot do anything. In this particular visualization, what you want to see it, what column values you want to see it, those columns you need in the under the fields, under the dataset columns are there, right? Those columns you just drag and drop to this particular visual, then automatically visual is created. That's it. You no need to write anything here. Okay, that means whenever you take a visual, after that below the visualization there are different fields are there. Okay, so whenever you select any particular visual, then under the visualization, there are different fields are there. Y-axis, X-axis, legend, small multiples, and tooltips are there. There are different fields is there. In that fields itself, you have to put the columns into those fields. Then automatically visual is created. Don't drag and drop the columns into this particular visual itself. You have to drag and drop the columns in these fields itself. These okay, each field having a different behavior. Okay, y-axis and x-axis. What is y-axis and x-axis? You already know what is y-axis and what is x-axis. Suppose that means in the 10th class you will see the graphs, right? In the graphs itself you have y-axis and x-axis is there. X-axis means horizontal line is called as x-axis. Vertical line is called as y-axis. Like that, you can draw the graphs in that particular one. You can see that one, right? So here also, what you need to do is here also what you need to do is here also y-axis and x-axis is there. That means whichever column you are putting in the x-axis, sorry, in the y-axis, it will show in the vertical line. That means those that particular column values it is shows in the vertical line. In the vertical in the vertical way it is shows the particular one. Whatever column you are putting in the x-axis, those related values you can see it in the horizontal manner. Okay, let's see practically. Suppose country column is there. I am putting country column in this y-axis. That means under that particular country, what values are there? Those values are represent in the y-axis. But actually, Vijay, why the country values are not showing? So you have to put the x-axis column also. Then only the complete visualization will show it. Suppose I am putting the COGS value in the x-axis. See here, that means in the x-axis, okay, like this. Suppose for example, in this visual, see, I am putting y-axis, what column I am putting? Country. Country means under the country, what values are there? Those you have to see it in a vertical manner. You can see it, right? See here, in a vertical manner, you can see it. See here, that means United States of America, Canada, France, Germany, Mexico. You can see in a vertical manner. Understand? But whatever column values you can put it in the x-axis, those are, see here, this is a bar. That means in a horizontal manner you can see the values, the bars. Okay, so whenever you mouse over to that particular bar, in that what country it is and what value of that particular COGS, clearly in the pop-up window it will shows the values. Understand? See, we didn't do anything. Just we need to drag and drop into respective category here. In the y-axis, whatever column we are putting here, that column related values, you can see it in the y-axis, and whatever column you are putting in the x-axis, that particular country related, you can see the COGS value. Understand clearly? This is how you can create the visualization. Okay, understand? Not only that one, suppose you will have legend is there. What is a legend? Legend means suppose for example, see, I'm putting another column. I'm putting another column in the legend. Just drag and drop this say segment value in this one. Then see here what will happen on the top. You will see, so there are in each and every bar itself, they are distributing with the segment color. Like see here, channel partners, it is a blue. See here, there is a first one is there, right? Channel partners. How much channel partners is there? If it is enterprise, this is an enterprise. For this enterprise, how much COGS it is there? It is distributing. Each bar is distributing with the segment related COGS. Segment related COGS with different colors. Okay, so these are the different colors, and each color what what segment it is, it will indicates. Okay, it will shows that particular segment value here. Segment is this color, it will shows as government. Here it will shows it. That means in legend, whatever column you are putting, that particular column values will be distributed for each and every bar. See here, for each and every bar, it is distributed those segments with different colors. Okay, so that is the legend. Okay, so this, and another thing is, not only this one, there are different categories also there. Vijay, can we put multiple columns into this legend? No, you can put once at a time. We can put one column only into that one. Okay, if you want to put any column in the tooltip also, we can put it. Small multiples are not required. Not required. Okay. Okay. And tooltip, what is tooltip? That means whenever you mouse over to that particular bar, the pop-up window is shown right here. See here. Here, whenever you mouse over it, you will see country is Canada, segment is government, sum of cogs is something amount it will shows. That we can call it as tooltip. By default, only few values only we can see it in the tooltip. If you want to see more values in the tooltip, then what you need to do? Just you need to drag and drop those columns in the tooltip. You can put n number of columns into the tooltip. Okay, suppose profit and sales price I'm putting. Whenever I'm putting there, whenever you mouse over it, at that time only those values you can see it. That means whatever columns you are drag and drop into the tooltip, that means whenever you mouse over to that particular bar or anything, at that time only those values you can see it. So if you are not mouse overing that, you cannot see those profits related or sales price related values, you cannot see it. Understand clearly? Is it clear or not? Okay, so
Yes,
these
yes,
are
clear,
the
Vijay.
these are the different categories of that particular visual. So if you understand this one, there are few other visuals are also similar options are there. If you understand here, there also you can use it. That means in the y-axis, okay, in the y-axis you have to put, Vijay, can't we put multiple columns here? Is it possible? Okay, yes, you can put it. Suppose I'm putting country here. I'm putting, see here, product. If I'm putting more than one column in this is a stacked bar chart. If you put more than one column in the y-axis, it acts like a drill down. What is that? Drill down. You can put n number of columns in the y-axis. You can put n number of columns in the x-axis. In the stacked bar chart, in y-axis, always you have to put character related columns only. Always you have to put a character related column. Okay. In x-axis, always you have to put a numeric related or date related, numeric related or decimal related values only. In the x-axis, numeric or decimal related values only you can put it in the x-axis. In y-axis, you can put character related or also date related values also you can put it. That means date related columns also you can put it. That means in the in this visual only I'm saying, in the stacked bar chart in y-axis, either you can put character related columns or date related columns only. Okay, in x-axis you can put either numeric related column or decimal related column here itself. And when it comes to the legend also, most of the times we need to put the character related columns only. Understand? Okay, one set at a only one column we can put it in the legend. Understand? Next one is tooltips. Tooltips means what is tooltip? When you mouse over to that particular any bar, by default, few values only you can see it. By default, only few values, like whatever values you are taken in the x-axis, y-axis, and legend, whatever you take it, those values only you can see it. See here. Okay, so United States of America segment is this one and Cox is this one and everything. That means whatever columns you are putting in the x-axis and y-axis and legend, those related only in the tooltip. In the tooltip, by default, those values only it will show it. But if you want to see more values in the tooltip, means just whatever column your values you want to see, those columns you have to drag and drop under tooltip here. You can put any value. You can either you can put character related or a date related or a numeric related or decimal related. You can put n number of columns in the tooltip. Whatever columns you are putting here, whenever you mouse over to that particular bar, at that time only you can see the values. Okay, if you didn't mouse over it, you cannot see that value. That is the biggest advantage in tooltip. Understand clearly? Okay, so this is how this stacked bar chart. Okay, this is a stacked bar chart. And one more thing is, for each and every visual, if you want to change the design part of that visual, if you want to change the design part of that particular visual, what is design part, Vijay? I didn't understand. Design part is nothing but if you want to increase the size or decrease the size, or if you want to change the colors of the bars, or if you want to change the colors of the x-axis or y-axis related thing, if you want to change the segment related style, legend is there, like so legend values I want to put it in the right side or in the left side or a center or top center, like that. If you want to change anything on that particular visual, okay, that we can call it as design part. Okay, if you want to change the design part of the visual means, then okay, then you have to click on format tab. Okay, for not only this visual, for any visual. Okay, if you want to change the design part of that particular visual, you have to go to the format tab. Okay, click select that particular visual. So whenever you select it, see, if you are not selecting, then format tab is not enabled. Whenever you select that particular visual, at that time only format tab is enabled here. So whenever format tab is enabled, there are again two different tabs is there, visual and general tab. In visual level, if you want to change anything means in this visual tab only you can change it. Suppose for example, in visual tab, you will see x-axis and y-axis is there. Okay, if you want to change anything in the y-axis related, that means whatever the y-axis values are there, so those related thing, if you want to change anything, that means so when you expand this values tab in the y-axis, whatever values are there, so there is a values option is there. In that values, if you want to change the font style, suppose I want to change it to CGO font, then so in that font style you can see the values. If you want to increase the size of that one or decrease the size, in this text box only you can do it. Suppose I want to put it as 12. So whenever you change the size, then see here automatically in the y-axis related values are decrease the size. If you want to increase it, increase it. Or if you want to decrease it, you can decrease it. If you want to put it as a bold, see here, then you will see the values as a bold color. If you want to see the italic, select the italic, then see in the italic format you can see it. If you want to see the underline format, see here, like this it will be generated. Okay, if you want to change the color of that particular color of the y-axis related values, okay, then here in this color, when you click on this color, see there are some default colors is there, you can use it. Or if you want to use more colors means click on more colors. When you click on more colors, there are which color you want it. You have to go to that particular color bar and you have to select this one. Okay, so not only this one, whichever you want, you can go to that particular bar itself and you can select that one. Then automatically see the y-axis related values are changing to that particular color. By default, it is by default it will shows as black color. X-axis and y-axis related values will shows in a black color. Okay, if you want to change it to different color means you have to use it. Okay, whatever you want to use it and you have to change the color of that one. Okay, maximum width, if you want to see here, if I'm putting like this, or else if you want to decrease it, the width, the area of the width will be increases or decreases, like this it will do it. Understand? Okay, suppose for example, if you want to give the title, then you have to on the title, and whenever you on it, you will see the by default it will shows the country. Okay, when you expand this, if you want to give your own title means country XYZ, like that. See, whatever title you are giving, see that particular title it will shows. Most of the times these titles in real time we didn't use it. Understand clearly, we didn't use the real time in these titles. Okay, that it is about y-axis. If you expand the x-axis, same. Okay, so first of all range related, so no need to touch those things. Okay, if you expand the values, say for the values, if you want to increase the font size, decrease that, if you want to change the font value and increase the size of this one or decrease the size, here itself you can do. How you will do it in the in the in the y-axis, same thing here also we can do it. Okay, if you want to change the color or anything. Okay, so if you want to you display units means distance, that means if you want to show the values as none, thousands, millions, if you select this particular one, see here in thousands it will shows these values. Okay, suppose if you put it as auto is nothing but by default this is the option. In real time also this is the option it is selected. What is auto? Auto means whatever values are there, based on that automatically it will generate it. Where if it is, if you are giving values in the thousands means it is shows as 1000. If you are giving in the millions means millions, billions means billions. In that format itself automatically it will shows it. Understand? If you want to increase the decimal values or decrease it, anything you here also you can do it. In the x-axis also you can do it. That it is about values. Here also there is a title will be there. So title also we can give it for the x-axis. Most of the times title for x-axis and y-axis we didn't touch it. If you want to give it, you can give it. Understand? This is x-axis and y-axis related. Okay, tomorrow we need to discuss about the legend related thing and remaining things. Tomorrow we can discuss it. Tomorrow we can discuss it more visualizations and everything. Okay, once maybe today, so tomorrow and after tomorrow we need to take the class for visualizations only. Once this part is done, then complete Power BI desktop is completed, then we need to discuss about the service level.